according to Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, there's video footage of Epstein killing himself.
Where is it?
Rob, if you can play this clip. Is this the one, Rob?
Yes, sir.
This is not the clip of him killing himself.
No.
But this is him telling us that there's a clip of it, and he's going to release it to us. Go forward, Rob.
Those two cases obviously are of significant public interest. I'm just telling you what we see in the file. I just want to be crystal clear on this. I am not asking anyone to believe me. I'm telling you what's there and what isn't.
Right.
There is nothing in the file at this point on the Epstein case, and there's going to be a disclosure on this coming shortly. We are working through there is video. That is something the public does
There's video of him killing himself.
No, not the actual act.
No.
The entire MCC Bay, it was only one camera. There's video that when you look at the video, and we will release, that's what's taken a while on this, we are working on cleaning it up to make sure you have an enhanced, and we're going to give the original so you don't think there were any shenanigans. You're going to see there's no one there but him.
Right.
There's just nobody there. So I say to people all the time, if you have a tip, let us know. But there's no DNA, there's no audio, there's no fingerprints, there's no suspects, there's no accomplices, there's no tips, there is nothing. If you have it, I'm happy to see it. There's video clear as day. He's the only person in there and the only person coming out. You can see it.
Okay, so that's him. And then there's a video of Kash Patel as Rob. If you can play that one as well, go for it.
There are. The Epstein thing, you dealt with Maria, you said, as far as you know, he killed himself.
I'm telling you he killed himself.
The other thing on the internet is the Epstein files. What's the answer to that?
The answer to that is the same as everything else. I'm not going to withhold information from the American public ever, but I'm also not going to rush to get it out there in a format in which they can't rely on it. So on the Epstein matter or any other matters, we are diligently working on that, and it takes time to go through years of investigations, years of political maneuvering, and years of cover-up to get the American people what they deserve. And that's what I'm going to give them on everything.
Yeah.
Then how could you know that after saying that, then how could you know all the information given to you now that you're the new FBI guy is even valid? They've been touching it and editing it and fixing it, and we have to keep waiting for these videos. Guys, let's just all agree we're never going to find out, okay? You're not going to know shit. You're not going to see any video. Nothing's going to be... The only solace you're going to have in your heart of hearts is that God takes care of anybody that was messing with children. That's it. We're not going to get any justice. These poor kids that were freaking raped, and some of them probably murdered, and God knows what else, sex slaves and whatever, they're never going to get justice because that's how this system is freaking set up, and that's how these disgusting demon pedophiles work, Pat. You're never going to see it,
Brandon, what do you think about this?
Never.
No, they run the world. Unfortunately, it seems like the sad truth is that like pedophiles are the most powerful people in the world somehow. I mean, you know, with the Franklin cover-up, that was the same thing as the Epstein, the same model. That nothing happened with that. It was ran by political elites allegedly. Then the Finders cult that was grabbing young kids, and they had underground tunnels and stuff in D.C. allegedly. Nothing happened with that. Same thing. Like the intelligence told people to back off both times with Epstein, and intelligence told people to back off. Jim Acosta said that. So for whatever weird reason, I mean, it's like with Kash Patel's talking there, he literally looks like he's doing a skit where he's trying to act like he's like nervous and being evasive. So he looks terrified. Dan Bongino looks like he's in physical pain every time he goes on camera. So feel bad for Dan. He got kind of like swept into this. He didn't want to say no to Trump. I get that. So he's in a tough spot. Kash, yeah, like I think he had no idea what he was in for. But yeah, I mean, it seems like the sad truth is that for some crazy reason, the most powerful people in the world are pedos.
Tom, thoughts?
I just look at two guys I respect. I respect Kash. I respect Dan. And I look at them, and they don't look comfortable. And, you know, it's like, I feel like when we looked at Biden, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look right. He looks like an older gentleman that is in the throes of dealing with something. And when you look at them, the eyes don't lie. The human intuition doesn't lie. And I look at this and I'm like, gosh, you guys don't look comfortable. And you've been 3 weeks now, you're trying to sell the story and you just don't look comfortable. And I'm not picking on the integrity of people that have been on the podcast. We know these guys, but you don't look comfortable. And it makes me very uncomfortable that you don't look comfortable. And I go back to the following. Between the Warren Commission and a couple years later, There's a portion of Kennedy's skull, had a serial number on it, it's gone. There's a portion of Kennedy's brain that is gone. There was other artifacts that were from the Bethesda, from the autopsy, they were gone. And so it's like they cleaned everything up after. It is a absolute historic fact that they cleaned things up after the Kennedy assassination. So if there were some people that are on that list that don't want to be that list to be read out loud in front of a camera of the public, then they're in there scrubbing. And I feel like the longer anything goes, Pat, there's opportunities to scrub, and history shows us that criminals in high places are able to get in and scrub. So if there's something there and there's people on that list, and we know there are, the longer this goes, it's just time to scrub. And I'm very uncomfortable looking at two guys that appear very uncomfortable.
I only have one question, and that's how much do you believe Kash Patel and Dan Bongino? Because Dan Bongino and Kash came out and said, I know that you don't want to believe this. I know that there's a lot of people who think otherwise, but I'm telling you, Epstein killed himself. Now, there's a lot of people who are like, all right, case closed, buddy. I guess I'll stop asking questions now, which I totally get. But I said this the last time. These guys had a lot of credibility just a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Everyone was rooting for these guys. Everyone loved these guys. Everyone loved Dan Bongino. Everyone thought Kash Patel was the man. All of a sudden, they're liars. Which one is it?
They're stuck.
Is it?
No, they're stuck. They're not liars.
In
They're
your,
just,
in your opinion.
they got
In your opinion.
Adam,
There's
they
other
made
weird things around this.
So, but let's separate two things.
Okay.
Is child pedophilia and
Obviously.
trafficking children
Horrible.
a problem and disgusting and
Big
horrible
problem.
and needs to be identified
Yes.
and called out
Yes.
and prosecuted to the full
Yes.
extent? 100%, 100%.
Put that to the side.
100%.
Yeah.
Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, Epstein, it's a separate issue to me.
Okay.
So not always, they need to find the guy. Okay, we get that. But in this situation, don't you think these guys have credibility?
No.
We're either saying that they're liars or not.
No, they're
No, no.
stuck. They're not allowed to say the
They're
truth.
not, there's a difference between lying
stuck
at them
is
and
the right
coming.
You're telling me
They came
that
into-
a month ago they had ultimate credibility and now they have none.
I didn't say that. I didn't say no.
that what
Hold
you're
on.
saying?
No. I'm not saying
No,
that.
they
I'm saying
intended to do it a month ago, but now they're not allowed to
They
because
had-
there's powerful forces that are stopping them from doing
They
it.
had exactly
So-
that. They made
So
promises.
you're
Adam.
saying that when anyone gets to Washington, they get corrupted, they get bought, they have to sell out.
No, Adam, not corrupt.
So you're saying that everybody is basically not immune
Not
to
corrupted, but what
the
makes
swamp of DC.
Adam, what makes somebody? Adam, here's the thing. They want justice. I've hung out with Dan Bongino. He's a G. We've met Kash Patel. That's not that. They made these promises, and I understand that. But then once you show up to the dance and you see everything, and now you're changing the tune and you can't say it. We're not saying that they're lying. We're just saying, and Brandon made a great point, that the most powerful people in the world, some of them, are not only pedophiles, but the people that control them, that have them on camera doing that demonic shit, have them by the balls, and those people run the show.
Like
Period.
they would
End
probably
of story.
they would probably threaten to kill them for exposing this stuff. Like there's the guy who was the CIA director told a senator to back off at one of these situations with the Franklin cover-up. He said there's powerful forces that will kill you if you continue to pursue this. And then just for saying that, for warning that guy winded up dying.
So I'm just.
What's
either
your position, Adam? Where
You're
are
a
you at?
believer or not.
Well, where are you
I'm
at?
not flip-flopping on Kash and Dan Bongino. I think
Who's
they have.
flip-flopping? We're
They
not
were-
saying they're
you-
lying. We're not saying they're lying, Adam.
You just
We're-
did.
No,
I
I did
understand
not
the
say that they're
just
lying.
said
Rewind the tape. I never said that they were lying.
but
They
you
made
just said that they-
promises, but now they've been talked to, Adam, and they can't release it.
Well,
they're being told not to
Brandon
say
said
it.
He
stuck.
said
He said
that
it's stuck
Epstein
3
killed
times. He
himself.
said they're stuck.
Stuck is not lying.
He said Epstein killed himself. Do you believe Epstein killed himself?
I don't know, Adam. I haven't seen the video because we're never.
Nobody's
gonna see
seen the video, Hoss.
He has. He's seen it 1,000 times. Adam, they're sitting here. By the way, this is from Pam Bondi's mouth.
Do you think
They're
Epstein
hold
killed
on.
himself?
I
Just
don't
answer the
know.
question.
I don't know. I don't know, Adam, and that's the problem.
All of a sudden you
because
don't
they
know.
They know. And here's the problem, Adam. There's FBI agents right now from Pam Bondi's mouth watching tens of thousands of hours of Epstein and his boys having sexual underage kids. Okay, tens of thousands. Where are the arrests? How much research do you need? There's a camera. Oh, there's a guy. That's Fred. Go arrest his ass. What are we doing? What are we talking about?
Yeah, and the
How
suicide
long is it gonna go?
And the suicide doesn't even matter. Like, who cares? He probably did kill himself,
Good
but
if he
it
did.
doesn't. It doesn't even matter. Like, what matters is that they're letting all those people keep doing what they were doing before. So, like, they don't seem to either be interested in it or they don't seem to be able to pursue it because of whatever threat they're.
Best point you've made all day, Brendan, is that separating the actual issue from the basically the look over here Epstein situation. Killed himself, not killed himself. Was there a guard there? What was going on? Did he have a roommate? to me, that's all just basically a mirage for the bigger problem that's going on.
Yeah.
And there's an airplane.
What the hell's
apparently
going on?
taking
Yeah,
off.
it's a plane. That's what happens when you're on an airport. And I love it. It does nothing for me.
It's a big one.
But listen, when you get the job and
plane
you
I've
get
heard.
in, when you get a job and you get in, nobody has a clue what happens until you get in. No one knows. Everybody acts hard until you're on the front lines. What did Mike Tyson say? Everybody acts hard until what?
You get punched in the
face.
mouth.
Listen, this is a different game they're in. They're on the inside, and whether that's going to hurt their credibility when they leave and what's going to happen, all this other stuff, I don't know if that's going to happen. I think Dan seems like a very straight-up guy, but they both have a tough job, and we wish them nothing but the best. We hope they come through with the promises that they made, and if they do, a lot of the people that voted for it want to see that stuff. If you believe the future looks bright, and you live in Florida, Texas, California, or New York, in that order, by the way, of the hats. The hats are available for your state where you get to wear Future Looks Bright, and on the site has your state on it. I think the Florida numbered hats, there's 3 left on the numbers for Florida, but the rest of them, there's a few left for you to go order. Rob, do you have a video on this or no with the hats? Yep. Press the video on this here. You can go ahead and play it. And it tells you, on the cover it says Future Looks Bright. Valuetainment logo on the other side. You got Florida, California, Texas, and New York. If you're proud of your state, where you live in, and you believe the future looks bright, go sport it. And by the way, we got emails from people saying, how about our state? How about this? How about that? Look, we even had a couple guys that ordered the hats and sent it to people that live in Texas, New York, California, and Florida. And a lot of good commentary. I was tagged on a bunch of different gifts that people got. So go place your order. Go to vtmerch.com, place the order for the hat that represents your state, or buy it as a gift for somebody that lives in those states.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.